Hey everybody, today is Friday, September 19th. Welcome back to the Summit. We're here with these beautiful 9 puppies and excited to give you their update on their progress of their growth. It's been a big week for them. They spend their days eating and sleeping. So rough life, how's that? They are all right on track with where we want them to be, and I'm gonna dive right in and tell you a little bit more about each one, hold them up for their spotlight into the camera, and give you an update on them. So I've got 2 cameras going. I've got my lower camera down here going, and then I've got my upper camera up here so I can pick them up and show them to you. So I apologize. There's like this fade that crosses the camera. That's because the LED lights in this room and the synchronization and the refresh rate of the camera are kind of close together. And I've tried swapping out the lights and I haven't been able to conquer that. So I apologize, it's a little bit of a distraction. So anyways, we're gonna dive right in with Miss Purple. At birth, she was 0.63 pounds, and today she is 1.03 pounds. So that is a 63% gain on her growth pattern over the last week. So she is doing really good. So that is Miss Purple. And we're excited that she's the only girl out of this litter of 9. We've got 8 boys. So fun. So Mr. Black, at birth he was 0.81 pounds. And today he's 1.43 pounds. So that is a 76% gain on his last week. So these guys are simply the most adorable little sausages. Mr. Gray was 0.74 pounds at birth, and today he's 1.25 pounds. So that is a 68% gain on his weight for this last week. Mr. Gray. Next, Mr. Yellow, and he's kind of buried back in here. So Mr. Yellow was 0.74 pounds at birth, and today he's 1.34 pounds. So he's up 81%, and just as cute as they come, as they all are. Mr. Orange, he started out pretty big, 0.88 pounds. That's a lot to keep up with. And today he's 1.58 pounds. So that is a 79% gain on his weight. And he's talking to us. Hello. So some of these pups are gonna talk to us. I'm gonna explain that a little bit more. Some of the pups are gonna be walking around like Mr. Green over here and hunting for mama because they are hungry. So Mr. Orange, he was talking to us because if you move a hungry puppy, then they're gonna get noisy. If they're well fed and just in their milk coma, you can pick them up and they're kind of oblivious. But if they're still feeling a little bit hungry, like Mr. Orange, he's gonna talk to us. So light blue. So at birth, he was 0.7 pounds. Today's 1.19 pounds. So that is a 70% gain on his growth. So that's light blue. Dark blue, he's over here. So Mr. Dark Blue, he was 0.77 pounds. Right now he's 1.54 pounds. He's 100% bigger than he was a week ago. He's fully doubled his weight, so he has figured out the nursing program and he knows how to get the job done. So that's Dark Blue. Mr. Red, he's down underneath here for a minute. He was one of the bigger ones at 0.85 pounds. Today's 1.56 pounds, and that's an 83% gain for his last week. So these guys are just doing excellent. They're all gaining healthy weights. They're doing really good. That's their first week of life, essentially, is focus on nursing focus on figuring out where mama is and how to take their turns and get the job done when it comes to getting a snack every chance that they can. So, sorry, my kids just told me my phone's ringing. So during this next week, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do here at the Summit. It might seem like all they do is eat and sleep, and that is a big component of what they do, but you wouldn't realize it, but these pups are very smart. They have this intrinsic, inner compass in them that they know how to figure out where mom is by their sense of smell. Orange and green are kind of demonstrating. Watch their heads kind of go back and forth. They can operate off of their sense of smell and their tactile sensation on their nose. So they can sense where mom is and hunt around and figure out where she is. And right now I've got her off to the side, giving her a little bit of a break. And so mom is just hanging out here with us, not too far away, just relaxing. And these guys are smart at this age. They know how to get the job done with their noses. Their eyes are sealed, their ears are sealed, and so they can't see anything. It's not like they're closing their eyes and hoping, just taking a nap. It's their eyes are sealed. This next week, between 2 and 3 weeks old, is when their eyes start to unseal and their ears start to unseal. So they can't really hear a whole lot right now, but they can smell, and I'm sure that they can kind of get a sense of some sound, but it's very muffled, and I'm sure that they can get a sense of some light, but it's very kind of veiled underneath their eyelids. So they're still developing, they're still growing, but their minds and their bodies are very active and ready to take on the world. So we do some early neurological stimulation with the pups. If you've never heard of that, you can look up ENS, Early Neurological Stimulation. It was developed by Dr. Carmen Battaglia. And so there's a few simple processes that don't take a lot of time, and I'm just going to demonstrate what those are here for you. I'm going to use the lower camera and set this other camera here to the side because I'm going to move this one around later here. So let's see. Yeah, that'll be all right. So early neurological stimulation has a few different components to it. You take one puppy at a time and you hold them, and then you do a head down position. You're going to watch Mr. Red kind of struggle momentarily. You're going to do a head up position, and then you're going to lay them on their back. This is the one that they don't love at all. This is called a supine position. This is spine down, and they really resist that. You only do that for a minute, and then you do some thermal stimulation and some tactile stimulation. So we have a cool pad, like one of those refrigerated pads. We actually put it in a little Ziploc so we don't get it dirty. We can just keep reusing it. Let the pups feel cool, and then we do some tactile stimulation with their paws. And so we just use our fingertip and kind of rub that in between their toes, and that helps kind of stimulate head to toe some of their nervous system and things like that. So what that does, they've done some studies. This early neurological stimulation helps boost brain development, kind of gets them a little bit worked up, as you saw with Mr. Red. That improves their circulation. All of those things, head to toe elements, stimulates their neurological systems, and because it's a minor stress for them, helps them to develop some emotional resilience. So they get to sense that sensation of being handled And then they go back to their litter mates and can just snuggle and go right back to sleep, and they figure out, hey, that didn't kill me. I'm not too bad off for that experience, and they just get used to that kind of momentary uncomfortable element of life. And so it's somewhat of a recreation of nature's playground. And so, you know, if our dogs were just wolves and they were out in the wild, there'd be a lot going on. Life-threatening situations from other predators, other dogs within the pack, other packs, and also Mother Nature and the elements would be coming at them all day long, non-stop. So they'd be getting rained on, getting cold, getting hot, things like that. So out in the wild, then Mama Wolf would probably have the puppies in one location, and because of all of the birth processes and bodily fluids involved in that situation, Mama would recognize that all of that blood, all of that amniotic fluid, all of the placentas, all of those things that kind of touched the ground and created a scent would draw in predators and things that would look at these little beautiful puppies and sadly think that they're a snack. Mother Nature's playground is not a fun place to play out in the wild. And so, you know, the wolves have the chance that they could be at risk. And so Mom would say she's got that inner drive and inner compass to say, we got to get out of here. We got to move these pups. So it would not be uncommon for Mom to move a den after birth and move the pups, create a new space for them, and it would just be cleaner, less scent to it, and all of those types of things. So when you think about Mama moving pups, you know, those pups would be head up or head down in their mouth, rolled around on their back in the supine position. They could be traveling when it's in the rain or cold outside, so the cool towel, cool compress helps them feel that. So this early neurological stimulation and those types of things didn't just come out of nowhere. It's people that have observed how Mother Nature does things and how Mother Nature prepares their side of things to meet the real world, and this is a little bit of a recreation of that. At least that's my own interpretation of this and some of the benefits for it. So those mild emotional stressors and things like that can really help the pups become resilient in the future and take the challenges and the changes that they're going to face as they do happen, and be able to steam ahead with anything that they face. So these guys are doing great. We're just here in the puppy room, and I'm gonna let Breezy come back to the pups. If I would have let her walk around this whole time, she'd just be tripping on the cameras and walking around and begging for my attention and things like that. And you can see that the pups are using each other for a little bit of pillows and things like that, and that's normal. So we just got done with some cleaning here in the room, and so we've had the doors open and things like that. So we got the AC in the house going, but we got the heat going in the puppy room. It's not as warm as these guys would like, so they're huddling with each other. So I'm gonna let Breezy come back, give them another meal, and huddle with them and warm them back up as the room warms up and gets caught up for them. So keep in touch with us about these pups. We try to do weekly updates, and we'll share with you the news of their growth and development as it happens. These guys are doing great. Guys and one gal. Where did you go, Miss Purple? She's down here. There she is. There she is. And if you've ever heard the term doggy pile, this is what we're talking about. So cute. So adorable. Thanks for watching.